Hello, magandang gabi. I'm your Tito Goby, and tonight we're gonna try to piece together the current state of the Iran war. So far we have anti-war protests that's becoming violent. This is because most of the protesters out there are paid actors, most likely Ayatollah sympathizers. So on this first video, there we go. I say that they're mostly paid protesters because people who have been protesting with the Palestinian flags has been proven to be paid actors. And this video right here shows part of that. I'm not really quite sure if well, I can see there's a Palestinian flag right there in this video already, in that corner over there, but I don't know who's really paying these people, but yeah, for some kind of grassroots anti-war protests, this does look like they are organized. And this video came from Nate Friedman. Friedman. Sorry. And then his video is called "I Expose Paid Iran Protesters."
All right, so you can see that none of this is grassroots. This is all paid for. Hey, how you doing, guys? Where are we headed with these signs? Where are we going here? You guys are saying that this is grassroots, but this does not look very grassroots. You guys doing this for free? Look at this, guys. See this? All the same. Yeah, we're going to Columbus Circle with you guys. We'll see you there. Alrighty. Well, show this to people that say that any of this is grassroots. Show it to them. Show them this clip. So all these signs that you see laid out right here are going to Columbus Circle for a protest that Roy Neville Singham is paying for, okay? A CCP billionaire who's trying to sow division into this country. He needs to be looked at, Roy Neville Singham.
So he said it's Roy, but it could be some other person who's actually paying these people. But either way, most of the protesters are paid. Most of the protesters also are siding with the Ayatollah and mourning his death. So here's another video for you. This one is from Inside Edition. Fear over safety at Oscars after bomb thrown outside Grace Mansion. They said, two teenagers, 18 and 19 years olds, throwing whoops, we got pipe bombs and saying Allah Akbar. So let's play that.
It's the shocking moment. Cops say an ISIS-inspired terrorist tosses a bomb right in front of the mayor of New York's mansion. We're learning today that sheer luck prevented a massacre. 2 bombs failed to explode.
These were improvised explosive devices made to injure, maim, or worse.
Cops say seconds after throwing the first bomb, the suspect grabbed the second from his accused accomplice. He dropped it, and police chased him down. He was overpowered close to where the bomb lay on the sidewalk.
Stay back, guys. New York Police Department officers running to the danger, knowing that these might be explosive devices.
Okay. So you got terrorists with the anti-war people. And here we go. Here's another clip. This one is from ABC New York. Vigil for Iranian Supreme Leader sparks controversies in NYC's Washington Square Park. So, are these really from the left, are we actually I don't know, man. I'm guessing some of the people from the left aren't aware of what's actually going on, and they're just going with the flow, or they just hate Trump and they're protesting with terrorists. Here's the clip.
This is a vigil that's happening for the Ayatollah, where people that are part of this are calling him a martyr and praising him for standing up against Zionism
Martyr.
and, quote,
Oh, God.
the criminal American regime. But then you have on the other side here, police have put up barricades, and you have a counter-protest that has shown up. The Ayatollah was killed by U.S. forces March 1st, setting off the start of the war in Iran. One of the organizers of this vigil, the New York City Anti-Repression Group, says that he defended the dignity of the Iranian people. And now this is in stark contrast to celebrations that we have seen across the country by Iranian Americans who say his assassination signifies freedom for the people of Iran. Now, the NYU Persian Cultural Society wrote to the school saying that they were deeply disturbed by this protest and alarmed, and saying that for many Iranian students, many of us have lost friends, family members, and community members to the violence and repression carried out by the Iranian government. We reached out to NYU, as this protest is not on the campus, but many students live nearby. They attend classes in the area, and a spokesperson for the school told us that they have notified Campus Safety NYPD, and they're offering their support to the students.
Okay, there you go. I'm guessing that a lot of these students don't know better. They're just going with the flow. So I don't know. I don't know how they're getting educated about this, or how why are they siding with the enemy? But it is what it is, right? But on the other side, you pretty much see Iranians celebrating.
Because does this look like propaganda to you?
See all those flags? Ukraine, Britain. Yeah, I don't. I suppose that you saw, or I saw a U.S. flag somewhere in there. And a while ago, you saw like a flag from Israel, and this is the actual Iranian flag, the one with the lion. So there you go, U.S. flag.
Hi, and guess what? Trigger warning, Ben Stiller. Trigger warning. You might need a shot of morphine when you see this next clip, because they love Donald Trump.
Trump, Trump, thank you. Trump, Trump, thank you. Trump, Trump, thank you. Trump.
Amazing, isn't it? You know,
I don't know whose side the Democrats are on right now. I'm really confused. Are they just protesting because they just hate Trump? Everybody hates war, that's for sure. But right now, we're in this until we finish it. And despite Trump saying that the war is over, I don't think it is, because on my next clip, this is from KRM Channel 2, I guess, news. Sorry, that was a motorcycle. It's this video is titled "Iranians and President Trump's react to appointment of new Iranian supreme leader." So, despite the U.S. decapitating the heads of of the Ayatollah party, uh, somebody, one of his sons, is still alive, and they're appointing him as the new Ayatollah. And from what I hear, his views is much severe than the original Ayatollah. Okay, let's take a look.
Iran's Assembly of Experts met at a secret location to appoint a new supreme leader. They chose the son of the late Ayatollah Ali Khamenei.
However, his son has not been seen in public since his father and wife were killed at the beginning of the U.S.-Israeli attacks. But he will now be leading Iran's response to the strikes. Erica Brown has more.
Thousands of supporters of the Iranian regime rallied in Tehran and pledged support for the newly appointed supreme.
See, that's why I'm telling you there's two flags, two Iranian flags. The one with the Ayatollah. This is I guess I forgot what language they put on the flag, but yeah, the original flag has a lion on it, and this is their flag. The I guess the Ayatollah regime, and from my previous video, I told you that there's what at least 11 to 26% of our Iranians are in favor of the Ayatollah, and as a good measure between 11 and 26%, I'd say there was like a 15% of Iranians are for sure in favor of the Ayatollah. And I said that there was about what 93 million Iranians, and 15% of that 93 million, you have at least around 4 million Iranians that sides with the Ayatollah. So that's still a big number of people.
Leader Ayatollah Mujtaba Khamenei, the son of the former supreme leader, killed in U.S.-Israeli airstrikes. In an interview with Fox News, President Trump said he was not happy with Khamenei's appointment. He had previously pushed for the U.S. to be involved in selecting Iran's new leadership. The Ayatollah's appointment is seen as an act of defiance by Iran, and the new leader could be a target.
The highest risk job right now is to be the new Ayatollah. That's a high-risk job.
Monday, Iranian state TV showed video of what it says were 31 waves of missile launches aimed at American and Israeli targets in the region.
They are attacking neighboring countries, their energy infrastructure, their civilian population. They're attacking embassies. This is a terrorist government.
The State Department says it has assisted more than 20,000 Americans overseas since the start of the war, and on Monday ordered non-emergency personnel to evacuate a U.S. consulate in Turkey. Over the weekend, President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance attended the dignified transfer of 6 U.S. soldiers killed in a retaliatory strike.
And as of today, if I didn't mention the date, today is March 9th. There has been a 7th casualty of war already. So there's a total of 7 Americans already who died in this war.
Strike in Kuwait. Vice President Vance says the remains of a 7th service member who died after an attack in Saudi Arabia will return to the U.S. Monday evening. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
Moving on. So this video right here shows how important this war is. Okay, you gotta follow the money. Why this is becoming a world war is because of the oil. And as you will see in this video, the whole world is affected because a lot of the countries are still reliant on oil. So let's take a look.
Why does the tiny Strait of Hormuz matter so much? The Strait of Hormuz is a narrow sea passage between Iran and Oman, but it's one of the most important waterways on Earth. Around 20% of the world's oil and gas exports flow through it every day. That means Saudi Arabia, Iraq, UAE, Kuwait, Qatar all rely on this short channel to send fuel to the rest of the world. Right now, as tensions escalate in the Iran-US-Israel conflict, Iran has declared the strait closed and warned it will attack ships that try to pass. If this choke point really shuts down, oil supply will drop overnight, pushing global fuel prices up, hurting economies everywhere, and forcing companies to reroute ships thousands of miles around Africa. So this tiny waterway could have huge global consequences. Do you think the world economy can handle it? Why?
Okay. So, yeah, the world is involved on this. So, like I predicted before, it is impossible for not to have other countries involved in this war. President Trump, the U.S., threw the first punch, but the people in favor of the Ayatollah, not Iranians, took a punch at everybody around him. Iran is punching everybody. The U.S., Trump, it's kind of like slowly backing away. That doesn't look good for us Americans. So, but at least the other countries are finally making their move. You have the Kurds. Well, they were trained by of course, by the CIA. They were trained by Germans. Who else trained them? A lot of countries from the United Nations trained these people to fight. So let's play this video.
In the first few days of the war, more than 800 were used to block Iranian Shahed drones, so they could soon be in short supply. Enter Ukraine and their hard-won expertise on blocking.
Is this it? No, there's the wrong one. Yeah, I was gonna show this video, but since I already have it up, I might as well mention that Ukraine, who's at war with Russia right now, is stepping up also. The reason why you don't see China and Russia stepping up to this war yet, I believe, is that China has its own global agenda. Even though they're a communist country, they have their fingers in capitalism. So probably that's why they're kind of like staying away from this fight. But Russia and their oil, they're profiting from this. Since that's why Russia isn't like rushing in to rescue the regime in Iran, because he's able to sell barrels and barrels of oil, making Russia richer. Hence, Ukraine needing to step up to finish the war. So they're sending their soldiers there, their specialists, to actually eliminate the drones that the Iranian regime is using.
These drones, which are also used by Russia. According to the New York Times, following an interview with Volodymyr Zelensky, the U.S. and Gulf states have asked Ukraine for help. While the U.S. has not confirmed this, Zelensky did tell the paper he has sent a team of experts to Jordan to help.
Our request is very simple. We hope to fill our short supply gap of advanced missile interceptors. We're open to share our expertise to help contribute to the protection of civil and oil infrastructure.
Ukraine now largely blocks Shahed drones with other cheaper means, like jammers, interceptor drones, heavy machine guns, and less expensive rockets. They say they now have an over 80% success rate in intercepting the Russian drones. Some 60,000 have fallen on Ukraine since 2022. So Volodymyr Zelensky hopes that Ukraine's expertise and the cheaper interceptors that it now produces could be swapped, and that more cooperation with Washington could help move the lines on their front as well. Stopping a...
Okay. So, yeah, so Ukraine is in the war also, even though they're fighting for their own land. And going back to the Kurds, let's close this and go back to here. This is from CBS News. Kurdish groups say they're prepared to join the Iran war.
All right, so let's talk more about the other news item that we talked about there with Elliot, the potential of those Kurdish groups based in Iraq and a potential ground fight across the border. Live now to CBS News Middle East contributor Courtney Keeley. Courtney, the White House confirms that the president has spoken with those Kurdish leaders. We don't know a lot about the substance of those conversations, but what do you know about their muscle on the ground?
Right. Well, actually, it really would be muscle in the mountains. Some of this mountainous area along the northeastern border of Iran can peak at 14,000 feet approximately. So this is a guerrilla warfare kind of mountainous terrain in some areas. And Iranian Kurds have been inside Iraq because they've been seeking haven there and they have been training there. You know, there is a difference between the Iraqi Kurds, who are more of an autonomous area in the north, but it's the Iranian Kurds in the thousands that would stage any kind of attacks, and it would be, it wouldn't necessarily, you know, it's not a ground troop force. It would be guerrilla warfare, acting as spotters, for instance, to call in airstrikes, trying to attack possibly those drones that, the Shahed drones especially, that Iran, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard and the Iranian regime are unleashing. So it would look like that. It would be along mountainous and perilous terrain in many parts, and it would be done more covertly than overtly, most likely.
I'm so glad that you brought.
Okay. And then we have the French. Macron is also making their move. This is from Al Jazeera English. Macron deploys carrier near Cyprus as Europe shows military power.
France declared its presence unmistakably, with the French presidential aircraft's arrival on Cyprus and the presence of its frigate and the Charles de Gaulle aircraft carrier nearby. Together with the Greek Prime Minister, President Emmanuel Macron was claiming European primacy in the Eastern Mediterranean.
Coming here with the Greek Prime Minister, I want to say that an attack on Cyprus is an attack on Europe, and the defence of Cyprus is a vital issue for your neighbour and friend Greece, but it is also a vital issue for France and for Europe.
Greece was the first mover, sending 2 frigates and 4 F-16s within 24 hours of a Shahed-type drone striking the British military base at Akrotiri. That has triggered a European response. The leaders of Greece and Cyprus came to deliver messages of solidarity and autonomy, that the security of Cyprus is the security of Europe, and that Europe is capable of providing for its own security. That European presence here is set to grow in the coming days with the arrival of ships from Italy and Spain, because, as the French president said, its credibility is crucial for achieving de-escalation. Both leaders strongly support European defence autonomy, and a new report from the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute on Monday revealed that Europe is moving in the right direction. It increased its arms exports by 36% in the last 5 years, faster than any other region, and now owns 28% of the world's export market for weapons. France, with its Rafale fighter jet and missile systems, leads European exporters, something showcased here with a French helicopter bought by Cyprus.
This video is from WION, WOIN, I guess. And they titled this as U.S.-Iran War. Americans' warplanes arrive at UK, announces U.S. using the bases. Pretty much that's all that they're letting us do right now over at the at the UK.
And First up, we're starting off with some breaking news coming in this minute. U.S. warplanes have landed at the UK air base in Fairford. In fact, American warplanes, B-52 bombers, landing at the Royal Air Force Base there, which, remember, is owned by the British government and hosts US Air Force personnel. And this comes after the UK government announced that the US has started using British bases for certain operations against Iran during that war. As the tensions continue to shoot up, that's the latest coming in.
Right. So the British is letting us Americans land our planes on their bases. So here's another video from Sky News. The UK government admits Iran was likely to affect cost of living. Aside from letting the US use their airfields, they still haven't really decided if they want to be completely involved in this yet.
At 8 o'clock, this is the UK Tonight. Coming up, the government admits the war in Iran is likely to affect the cost of living. Oil prices saw their sharpest rise in 6 years today, 60% higher than when the war started. And the Chancellor conceded that inflation is likely to rise because of the conflict, putting strain on household finances.
I'm clear-eyed about my response to the current situation. My economic approach will both be responsive to a changing world and responsible in the national interest.
Higher inflation means any cut in interest rates is unlikely in the near future, and with uncertainty too on the markets, we'll find out what the war means for your pension and investments.
So there we go. Okay, so the US isn't calling this a war because of political reasons, but the whole world is involved in it. Therefore, it is a world war. We don't know how long this will last. Since everybody is getting involved in this, hopefully it doesn't last long. But considering how many people are involved, which is by the millions, it could possibly be another forever war. Next point. I don't know where the left stands on this, or if they even know what's actually going on, because the anti-protest has like paid protesters and terrorists in them. So are the Dems doing anything about it, or are we just gonna go with the flow and kind of like sing kumbaya with the murderers? So that's my take of what's currently happening with the war. If you have any corrections or any comments or anything to add to this piece, just to make things clear, please leave the comments and everything down below. And I hope that everybody is safe. But yeah, everything's going down. All right. Good night.